So, as we just heard, Goofuth's animal companion, his old friend whom he was reminded so often when he summoned the direwolf from the ring and whom he is now reunited with, is a big direwolf by the name of Flash. And, well, let's go through his stats again. He's a really good melee fighter. Not the brightest apparently, but it's a wolf. Not the best saves really. And it's a neutral enemy, completely neutral, which most animals are, I think. I guess the rat might be a different one, but I'm not too sure. Skills, the only ones really worth mentioning are discipline and the hide, listening, and move silently ones. And melee skills like parry, also really good at spot. Weapon proficiency creature, that's really not that important. Now the interesting thing, how I'm going to do this, and the thing is, an animal companion isn't a magical creature, it's just a regular animal. So even if the game treats it as a familiar, for example, which is to be summoned or unsummoned at will, what I'm going to do is Goofuth is actually going to treat this like a creature, because if Flash were to die, he'd be dead, because Goofuth can't resurrect anybody. If he had resurrection as a spell, or as a scroll, that would change. But he's going to be very careful to not let Flash die, because he's really attached to him, and, well, people like Donna, for example, he likes Dorna and he respects Drogon, but they're not really his friends. The only friend he thinks he really has is this dire wolf. He's not going to let him die. Well, it would be really, well, would be a harsh blow to him if Flash were to die. And that means that he's going to, I don't know, can I, wait a moment. Special abilities. Yeah, we need to rest for that, but we wanted to do that anyway. We're going to do it now. Summoning Flash isn't really summoning him by magical means, as I see it. What's this? Azeth. Okay, great. Wait a second, is that a different one? Let me just finish my thought and then I'll talk to this ball of light there. There we go. Summoning Flash, like so. Isn't really summoning him in a magical way, it's calling him. Being a lone wolf, he's not really accompanying Goofuth, he's keeping close. He'll be tracking him, he'll be keeping close by, but he'll only be in his company if Goofuth wants it, if he calls him. And unsummoning him, which I'm not even sure is possible. No, it's not possible, that's good. Oh, it is possible. Unsummoning him isn't really unsummoning him, it's sending him away. And Goofuth would do that, for example, if Flash were to be really injured. Then he'd simply call to him to run away, because he doesn't want him to die. I think he'd even throw himself between Flash and any enemy, because he has the ring. He can be resurrected by a liar, but Flash can't. He's going to be really protective of him. Yeah. Let's pet him. Let's also see what he can do. And you want him close by. Let's give him a treat. Yeah. Good little boy. Let's talk to Azeth. Oh, I can read. Okay. Okay, so it simply would teleport me back in. Alright. We could teleport back to the to Drogon's place. But I think Goofuth is so happy to be reunited with his old friend that he feels like strolling through the wilderness for a while. Flash at his heels. Feeling good. Oh, look at him, he's a good boy. And I think some of you may have been rooting for a bear companion, but that's just not going to happen with the experiences Goofuth has had. Interestingly enough, my first goal actually was to have a bear. When I was still in the conceptual stages of this LP. But then things happened. Also, incidentally, well, an intuitive idea would was to call my animal companion Gallant, but now I started Staggerfall and would feel kind of weird to call the animal companion Gallant now. Because, you know, Goofuth and Gallant, get it? You probably do, I've talked about it a couple of times now. Flash hanging out somewhere. There he is! Who's a good boy? Ah, Goofuth feels a lot better now. Because, let's face it, everybody's been scheming and betraying people and being... being covert about their actions and intentions, and not so with Flash. Flash simply... he's a friend. He's honest. Oh, it's good not to be alone anymore. Now, first I think we should go and identify some things. So go to the druid and press, or maybe Flesh and the druid's little wolfhound get along with each other. That would be nice. Boy, okay. There we go. First of all, let's sell those scrolls. We really don't need them. That's useless now. Unless we could find a way to recharge it, but we don't know how that works. And... no, that was pretty much it. Let's identify things, starting with... where is it? There, those gloves. Gloves of the minstrel, we don't need those. These are bard gloves, and we made a loss in identifying them. Oh, I didn't even... Plus one dodge modifier, constitution plus one. Oh, that's better, that's a lot better than what he had. What's this amulet? Natural armor, he already has the same one. And there was nothing here anymore. We got the halberd left. Flesh Ripper. It's Grizzly. Selling that. And Jannah's staff. Staff of Power. Well, that would be great if we were an arcane spellcaster. Now. Think we're in the market for some better healing kits. Okay. Also, potions. Eagle Splendor, a couple of those. Let's take 3. No. And bark skin. That's it for now. Still have Cat's Grace a lot. Speed would be nice, but we're not going to go out of our way for those. One with the land. What's that? I don't even know that. Interesting. Neutralize poison. Blindness. Magic Fang. That actually, well, I don't think it's worth buying a scroll for that much money, but it would be a great way to improve Flash's combat abilities. Regular Magic Fang. That would be good. We're going to buy a couple of those regular Magic Fangs.